1. Max Homa's comeback at John Deere Classic 2025, Top 10 Finish Breakdown. 2. Max Homa's heartbreaking near-win at John Deere Classic 2025. 3. Max Homa's John Deere Classic drama, playoff spot, major hopes and Ryder Cup comeback. 1. Max Homa's comeback at John Deere Classic 2025, Top 10 Finish Breakdown. A bittersweet comeback, Max Homa's near-miss at John Deere Classic signals promise amid struggle. In professional golf, sometimes the most encouraging performances can also be the most heartbreaking. Just ask Max Homa, whose fifth-place finish at the John Deere Classic left him with mixed emotions that perfectly capture the complexity of a champion's journey back to form. Super disappointing were Homa's first words after the tournament, though he quickly added an optimistic note about his improving game. This duality speaks volumes about an athlete who knows both the sweet taste of victory and the bitter pill of prolonged struggle. The tournament started with immense promise. Homa, a six-time PGA Tour winner, burst out of the gates Sunday with 3 birdies in his first 4 holes, briefly seizing the lead and rekindling memories of the clutch performer who had risen to golf's elite ranks. But here's where things got interesting and frustrating. Over the final 14 holes, Homa managed just 1 over par, despite bright spots with birdies on both back 9 par 3s. A crucial missed opportunity at the par 5 17th where his tee shot found the rough effectively ended his chances of joining the playoff between Brian Campbell and Emiliano Grillo, which Campbell ultimately won. But here's what makes the story particularly compelling. This wasn't just another tournament finish, it represented Homa's first top 10 showing in 14 months, a period marked by significant changes in his professional life. From switching coaches to changing equipment and working with different caddies, Homa has been navigating a perfect storm of transitions while trying to recapture his elite form. The statistics tell an encouraging tale. Homa finished 6th in strokes gained, off the tee and 15th in strokes gained, approached the green, dramatic improvements from his season rankings of 127th and 169th in those categories. This performance helped lift him from 122nd to 98th in the FedExCup standings, though he still faces an uphill battle to qualify for the playoffs. Only the top 70 make the cut. What makes Homa's journey particularly fascinating is how public it has become. Unlike his earlier career struggles, like the 2017 season where he made just 2 cuts, his current challenges play out under intense scrutiny. Yet Homa possesses a secret weapon that sets him apart. He's been through the fire before and emerged stronger. Perhaps most telling was a moment of reflection after his 2023 Farmers Insurance Open victory when Homa spoke about the power of hope. "I hope that I haven't seen my best day yet, my favorite day yet. Today feels like the best day ever. I'm hoping that tomorrow feels better." And here's where the story takes an intriguing turn. Despite once reaching the world's top 5, Homa now sits at 99th in the rankings, missing both the US Open and the Open Championship. Yet watching him acknowledge the crowd's roar on the 18th green at TPC Deere Run, a subtle smile crossed his face, not the grin of victory but perhaps something equally valuable, the recognition that he's finding his way back. What do you think? Is this the beginning of Homa's resurgence, or just a temporary bright spot in an ongoing struggle? Has the modern media environment made it harder for players to work through slumps? Share your thoughts below on how you think the story will unfold. 2. Max Homa's heartbreaking near-win at John Deere Classic 2025. Heartbreak in the heartland, that's the only way to describe what fans witnessed at the 2025 John Deere Classic. Just hours after Michelle W. West's frank social media post reminded the golf world how brutally scores can mess with a player's head, Max Homa stepped onto TPC Deere Run and lived that reality shot by shot. The 6-time PGA Tour winner looked certain to snap his 18-month victory drought, only to watch the trophy slip away on a single, gut-wrenching swing. Homa's last triumph dates back to the 2023 Farmers Insurance Open, and recent months have felt like a roller coaster, a full-swing overhaul, a mindset reboot, missed cuts piling up, and even a difficult decision to part ways with his longtime caddy. Many wondered whether the 34-year-old Californian was drifting away from elite form or quietly rebuilding for a surge. This week provided the clearest answer so far. His tournament opened with fireworks, an 8 under par 63, Homa's lowest round of the season, and a score that instantly stamped him as the man to beat. He followed with consecutive 68s, navigating the treacherous Illinois layout with a calm that suggested the old Max was back. But here's where it gets controversial. Sunday's back 9 demonstrated how thin the line is between glory and frustration in professional golf. One pulled driver on the par for 15th leaked into thick left rough, forced a scrambling bogey, and dropped Homa into a crowded tie instead of outright control. Momentum evaporated in seconds. He posted a 2 under 69, finishing 16 under overall, good for a six-way tie for fifth alongside Matt Kuchar, Lucas Glover, Carson Young, Jacob Bridgman, and Kurt Kitayama. The playoff that decided the title remained heartbreakingly out of reach, just one solitary stroke ahead. Brian Campbell, who collected his maiden PGA Tour victory at February's Mexico Open, outlasted Emiliano Grillo in sudden death to secure a second career win. While Homa didn't hoist the trophy, his first top-10 finish of 2025 still came with a healthy $344,400 slice of the event's $8.4 million purse and, perhaps more importantly, a jolt of confidence ahead of the Genesis Scottish Open. And this is the part most people miss. The mental turnaround may be just as significant as the leaderboard bounce. Homa admitted on Saturday that he intends to take what we've been doing this week and use that to go forward, hinting that strategic patience and technical tweaks are finally syncing up. Fans saw flashes of the witty, relaxed competitor who once joked his way through practice rounds yet still closed Sundays with steely precision. Still, opinions diverge sharply on what comes next. Some analysts argue that changing caddies mid-season can derail a fragile comeback. Others claim fresh eyes are exactly what a stalled superstar needs. Likewise, the decision to rework a functioning swing, brave innovation, or unnecessary tinkering continues to stir debate. Thought-provoking questions for you. Was Homa's 15th hole drive an unlucky blip, or evidence that the new swing remains untrustworthy under maximum pressure? Do mid-career overhauls typically rejuvenate champions, or do they risk extending slumps? Which side are you on? And finally, does a strong top 5 in Illinois make Homa a dark horse favorite for the Scottish Open, or should bettors stay cautious? Agree? Disagree? Sound off and let the discussion begin, because when it comes to the razor-thin margins of professional golf, every viewpoint counts. 3. Max Homa's John Deere Classic drama, playoff spot, major hopes, and Ryder Cup comeback? The impact of a Max Homa victory at the John Deere Classic. 4 key takeaways. As the golf world watches with bated breath, Max Homa is poised to make a statement at the John Deere Classic. For the first time in a while, he's in contention for a PGA Tour title, and the implications of a victory would be far-reaching. But what would it mean for Homa, his team, and his career? A victory would mean a playoff spot. Currently ranked number 122 in the FedExCup, Homa is in a precarious position. With only 70 players making the playoffs, a win would catapult him up the leaderboard, securing better status and the chance to play his way back into golf's upper echelon. This would be a significant boost for Homa, who has been working tirelessly with his team to regain his footing. A major berth would be within reach. It's been a half-decade since Homa missed his last major, and he's expected to miss the Open Championship unless he wins on Sunday. However, a victory at the John Deere Classic would propel him up the OWGR list, potentially earning him a spot in the Open. This would be a significant opportunity for Homa to redeem himself and prove his worth on the biggest stage. The Ryder Cup dream would remain alive. While the chances of Homa cracking the top May 12th seem slim, a win would keep his Ryder Cup dream alive. With more starts, looks, and opportunities to show his form, Homa would be well-positioned to make a strong case for himself. As one of the U.S. team's top performers in the 2022-23 Presidents and Ryder Cups, Homa's confidence and momentum would be a significant factor in his bid for a spot on the team. Validation and confidence would soar. A victory would mean everything to Homa, his team, and his process. It would be validation after a year of turmoil, marked by changes in coaches, clubs, caddies, and golf swings. A win would be a significant confidence booster, opening doors to new opportunities and solidifying Homa's position as a top player on the PGA Tour. As Homa himself said, it would be awesome to win, but he's quick to downplay the significance of results. However, a victory would be a testament to his hard work, dedication, and perseverance. It would be a reminder that even in the face of adversity, Homa remains a force to be reckoned with in the world of golf. The final word. As the competition heats up, Homa's mindset is focused on the task at hand. Yeah, just fun, he says. Golf has just been very boring for me this year. I haven't had a whole lot of stress, and you want to be stressed out. With a win within reach, Homa is ready to put in the work and make it happen.